Hey everyone, welcome to the Dance Diaries. I'm Carol.
And I'm Kim. Welcome, everyone.
We are so excited as our special guests today. We have Erik and Margarita of Petrosyan Designs. They are the leading ballroom dance costume vendors and have been in the business for multiple years, both internationally and here in the U.S. domestic space. We are so pleased to have you. Welcome.
We are so excited. Hi, guys.
Thank you so
so
much for
happy to have you guys
us.
here.
Okay. No, but I have a couple of questions. If you were to give the top 5 tips to a pro-am dancer on how to come to you or come prepared with that collaborative process with you, what would those 5 tips be so that they can have the outcome that they're seeking?
If they are beginners, let's say beginner pro-am dancer, they come, they need the dress. So first thing, obviously they know their figure, what it suits their in a regular, like everyday life.
Or they think they do.
Oh, maybe they do. That's another point. So they need to know how they look when they move.
Yes,
So as
good
a dancer, obviously we've been dancing, we have that experience. So we know how certain types of cuts or styles look on the floor in the movement. So
So
we
it's
can
good to
recommend,
know what they want to have.
Yes, of course. Oh, yeah, you go.
I would say look around. If it's your first time that you want to get a dress,
Right.
look around, look what it is that catches your eye, and take pictures for later reference. And just go around and actually talk to the designers, look at the dresses, try them on. Because, I mean, these are big investments, you know?
They are.
You don't want to buy something that you don't love. So go out and actually ask someone who is around to let you try them on and see what it is that will make you feel good. So that's one point.
That's one point.
Look around.
So most of the time, teachers have their own opinion because they know how you move, how you dance. So they come, okay, for example, this lady needs a lot of movement, or this lady needs like lots of floats or something to, I mean,
My instructor's a big influence. Big influence on how.
They help too,
he does. Yes,
Yeah, listen to your mentors too, because they know you. So
And
that
I think
helps.
also we talk about this. A tip is trust. You
Oh,
have to
yes,
trust.
trust.
You have to trust.
The
You have to
last
trust
tip,
that
trust.
your professionals know what's good for you at that time, what looks good on your body, what's going to look good on the floor, what's going to look good with your and your instructor's going to like it too. That has to
Well, I
flow in
wanted to
there.
talk about the instructor piece because for me, in my studio and with my instructor, testing the dress, and we have a podcast that was on Test the Dress, was a really big deal, meaning that you should pass it by a couple of people, make sure that you practice in it, but that's the post process. However, if you're going to help to design it and you're showing up with that, certainly getting the feedback from the people that you're, are helpful.
Yes. So if it's the first dress, of course you're finding, well, I mean, you found something that you love, great. But then you're also still finding out what else is there that will be great for you. So it's like a process, with one dress, you won't really know. It's an ongoing.
So
It's a growing into process. Yeah. So how long do you think a dancer should remain with one dress before they change?
I think it depends on your dance schedule and how much you compete. So let's say, well, for professionals, there are so many competitions. So for you to get like good results and get better in your dancing, of course, it's better when you dance more as a professional. And for that reason, we always suggest, well, that's what we used to do anyways, to change to a new dress to every major to major.
Yeah,
And then
That
in
makes sense.
between, so let's say if you had a nationals or something, right? So you would have the dress
or dresses
and then
too.
use that dress for the next upcoming smaller competitions. And then again for another new look, because it's very important to actually, the grooming is very, very important.
I agree. And I remember when I was not ready for that.
Okay.
I really do. And that was early on in my first independent competition. And I speak to that in one of our podcasts. And I knew right away after I got out for my first or second heat, and I said, oh my gosh, where's my backup dress? Because this thing's not, but I ended up having to go through the competition. And I said, I always come now with a backup dress actually near me in the competition floor.
I have a backup dress. I have a backup team. We ran into.
Because grooming is very important, because the first thing that makes you look great is not your dancing, is actually the look. The first moment you walk on that floor,
I agree.
They are going to look at your image, how, clean looking, prepared. Like preparation doesn't start just, by practicing in the
that is a great tip right there.
100% agree with that. Yes.
It's the look, how you
That's
present
how I win all my
yourself.
competitions, not from dancing.
Oh, Kim, come on. That's crazy.
Actually, I was going to say that, how renting and starting that way is a great way, but I always say ask your team, because
in the
you are a
beginning,
team and you create something that you want good results. So
I think based on what I'm seeing, this process that you just showed me here for a person like me, boy, would that accelerate.
It does.
Totally the vision. And I may have skipped what I just told you about had I known there was more of that kind of thing around, which I'm really glad we're interviewing you about, because for others that are out there listening to the podcast, when they know that this is a type of approach that can be taken, it is such a game changer, really.
Well, one of my questions was, what sets you guys apart? Because there are other really well-known dress designers out there, ballroom dress designers. So one of the things that sets them apart is this.
Yes, the digital sketching.
The digital sketching, because it's visual. It brings the dress to life, as we talked about, even before it's alive. And then there's other things. What else would you say sets you guys apart?
I mean, in any business, you listen to the feedbacks, right? So we hear lots of feedbacks. People say like, oh, your dresses look all different. So that's another point.
Definitely.
So it means
One of a kind.
every dress is unique, so they don't copy, and
it has its own DNA.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Each dress has its own DNA.
Though, your dresses are very recognizable. Like I can go to a competition and not yet see the label on it, and I will know immediately that it is your design. Yes, and it's so that definitely that recognizable brand
stands out on the floor. Yeah.
Actually, to add on that, I mean, every designer or a brand stands up for something, for a style or for a signature, right? So, I mean, there are designers that, or we will talk also about those images too. Like when you see a dress, you might be like, oh, that's Chanel, or like, oh, that's, I don't know, Petrosyan, whatever.
Yes.
So, because they have a signature, like there's a feature that people recognize, right? So with us, actually, that is interesting. Every dress that we make is totally different from one another. Even our own clients of long time sometimes would look at the dresses on the dance floor and be like, oh my God, I love that dress. And without seeing the logo. And then they're like, oh, that's Petrosyan.
Yes.
Like
That's
they
right.
don't really
know that it's yours, but it stands out. And then they look at the label and go, oh my gosh, I should have known that. Yeah.
So we've been hearing that a lot from people, that they are all different. And we also heard that when they say, oh, it's more European. So I don't know
We've
what
heard
they
that
mean
feedback,
exactly
too.
by European, but
Wow.
We are from Europe, so
Yeah. But I also think that you bring a lot of love and personality. I think you also bring a lot of passion to your work, where I haven't experienced other dress makers. I only have you guys, but I think that's also because I didn't connect with anyone else.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's for Kimmy, the connection is really big, which means that she trusts you. So going back to your tips of trust and the entire collaborative process to get her from beginning to end really quick. Like I can see where it really is a great match, right? In terms of
that's really important, because when you speak to someone, you need to make sure you both understand each other, because it's not just
Yes.
And it is a creative process. So you want to make sure that you are having fun.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
everybody's happy. It's not just like, okay, here's your sketch, here's your dress. Bye.
Right. No, you're
Actually,
involved with your clients.
Can I use the chance to say that I love our clients and we have a special bond. Like, I mean, we have ladies that have started with us and are still going, and Kimi is one of them. And the loyalty, I appreciate their loyalty and trust.
To a
Like, I
fault.
love that. And I don't know, for a company to have loyal people is very important. And it makes us to actually make sure that every time we make a dress, like, it's not just the dress, it's another great,
It's a great creation.
It's a story, so you don't want to
We're
just...
making
Yeah,
history.
you guys just don't do cookie cutter. Everything you do is with a vision and a passion. Oh,
Okay.
What is your favorite creation thus far?
Oh, my favorite creation for sure is, well, my one for myself or in general?
In general. You said it before.
All right. Well, my first one for sure, is my iconic net with roses.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody
My
remembers
dress.
that.
My dress.
So we'll
Yeah.
show the dress, yeah. So people
I mean,
can
there are
see.
so many that
Oh,
we
my
also made
bodysuit.
on the way that are like special projects for me.
The
Like the
bodysuit.
Like the
Bodysuit?
which one?
Catsuit?
Your one? Oh yes, all your dresses.
said it.
No, that was
that-
for a competition.
that was
she had
for-
a jumpsuit for a competition.
I know which
rhythm.
one.
Yes. That's
Do
amazing.
you do two style dresses? Like if someone says, "Look, I want a quick change outfit from being a smooth to go into an American rhythm style
Oh,
dress."
yes.
Do you do like two
Yeah,
together?
that's actually a good question. So that's
Yeah.
sometimes some people have a budget, they don't want to spend like on
Mm-hmm.
two dresses, so we find a solution.
Good.
So let's say she can have a bodysuit and then she can switch the skirts from one style to another. So
Right.
for rhythm, let's say she likes like a fringes,
Right.
and then for the smooth, obviously.
You
like
No, the
have
reason I
full
asked that
wig.
because I was thinking of my next design. So while I just
Uh-huh.
told you that, I actually dance international Latin and American smooth, and I thought, how could I get something that would look similar? But I don't know. I have no idea. It's just it came
That's
to
like
mind.
Two,
and I-
two totally different
we have-
styles.
no,
there,
no, I
yeah.
realized,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
said if you were to have a removable piece, I just don't know how
yes.
you go about doing that. But that's an
Oh,
interesting
we have
concept.
done this a lot.
Yeah?
Not only rhythm to smooth,
It's
but
not
like
only about the budget. It's sometimes people
The
don't want
idea.
to.
Style.
Sometimes people in the competition also don't have time to change.
Change.
Right.
So they want
But
to
you
be
still
just
wanna be
really
different.
quick and no stress. So
Yep.
that's another
Yeah.
way
so
of
let's
doing
say
it.
you had the rhythm dress
Yeah.
and you have the body and you can have multiple color dresses or style of a skirt that you can keep the idea but have it
Interchange,
change. So like
yes.
let's say for rounds you're having this
Right.
color. For
And
the
switch it
scholarship,
out,
you
yeah.
change to I don't know red skirt,
Yeah.
and then for
Finals
scholarship and
and-
then championship, you
Yeah,
change I don't know, to
something
blue.
else. Yeah,
and
yeah.
so judges think, oh my gosh, she keeps changing her dresses,
Yes.
and you always look fresh and new, but
Yep.
you're still like
It's
literally wearing
in
the
the
same.
same in the same style. And
Sure.
the typical time frame, guys. If I'm a new dancer and I'm looking for
that
a
was
dress,
gonna be my question. Yes,
yeah,
that's
if
good.
I'm
That's
looking
a
for a
question.
dress, and I know that I'm competing, let's say, in July of this year. What's a good time frame for me to come to you to make sure that my dress is done and ready and
So average dress takes like 2 to 3 months.
We would like
to-
that time to
yeah,
be
like to
notified.
start to source the materials and start ordering and preparing everything. So because you're gonna receive the dress for fitting without crystals, without decoration.
Yep.
So we're gonna do the fitting and then start crystalling.
So
it.
that
it
goes
takes
into
time.
the pre-competition readiness and
Yes.
planning.
Yeah.
While we might say what you might need to do months leading into a competition, Kim and I talked about our 2024 year goals
yeah.
and already planning out with our instructors to say, all right, where would we intend to be? What type of competition? What level? And if a new dress is in the picture, obviously that is to be pre-planned for
Yes.
everyone. As
Yeah.
you said, it could be
course.
anywhere from 2 to 3
Of
months.
course,
right?
some people want to have the dress earlier so they can go to the practice nights
Right.
and practice it in the studio, make
That's
sure
what I would
everything
do.
is the way. Because they want to go to the competition without the stress
Yes.
Just put the dress
Most
on, they know everything
definitely.
is working.
But like without stress. Well, I mean, yes, that's the perfect scenario. But let's face it, fashion. Like they
Yeah.
even like make last minute changes,
Oh,
like
yeah.
before going on a runway.
Right.
So let's not be perfect because no one is.
Worse.
Well,
if
I think you're perfect.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we would like to be notified, like, at least 3 months before
understand, yeah,
and all of
yeah.
that. But I mean, sometimes there can be like crazy schedules,
Urgent
like,
situations, they need the dress in 1 week or 2 weeks, so we always have this ready to wear collection,
and
so they can try
sometimes, yeah,
from the rack. If no, we can do something express.
And also,
So-
Eric, you're also creating for for men too.
Yes.
You have an amazing
Oh, that's
male.
right. You have the belts, like
The
those
belts.
huge singed belts. I've seen
Amazing
again
male line.
signature on the dance floor. I
Oh,
see
you've
that.
seen it.
Oh
Mhm.
yes, yeah.
So that's
do
that's awesome.
menswear,
too.
we do
menswear.
shirts,
And
Shirts, okay.
beautiful
Jackets,
creation.
everything.
So what we're going to do, everyone, we're going to post on all of our sites will be the contact information for Petrosyan. It will have your Instagram. It will have all of your website and how to get in touch with you. Also Facebook. Are you on?
yeah,
Yes.
we're on
Facebook.
Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram. So all of the contact information, and I'm also going to make sure that we put a picture of this fabulous design they put together as an example of the process that we go through. And Kim, with that, I thought maybe you could close us out here today. And
Well, of
sort
course, I just want to say thank you. So Erik and Margarita are not only my dress designers. Margarita is also my stylist and
Oh,
helps
yes.
me dress for certain occasions and my makeup and my hair for all my competitions when she's available.
Oh, yes.
And not only that, my very, very dear, dear friends, and I love you both so much from
Love
the
you
bottom of my heart. You know how much I adore both of you on so many levels.
And the same goes to you.
Thank you.
yeah.
I mean, we've become such close friends over this process since 2017 because I started in 16. My first dress from you guys was 2017. I think I was
wow.
maybe
my
your
idol.
first
Goes way back.
my first amateur. I think I was your first amateur client.
Oh, you were there even before we started to brand.
I was the guinea pig. And it worked out pretty well,
Yes.
But through this whole process, I've gained such dear, dear friends, and I love you both. And thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for giving
Same
us
here.
your time
Yes.
and really
Pleasure.
showing up and your full effort. And I'm so honored to be. We're both so honored, but I'm so honored to be your dear friend. So
And
thank you so much.
And thank you for being on the Dance Diaries.
And
All right.
guys,
Thank you,
keep
guys.
your
Thank
eyes.
you for inviting us.
You're welcome. Keep your eyes on Petrosyan Design because you guys are going places.
Exactly.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you later, everyone.
Bye.